tomorrow will be better. Given the functions g of x and f of x as follows, find g of f of x. This is the correct way to read this, dear friends. Just to remind you that this is the domain of composite functions, which is still a big threat to so many candidates. Follow me, dear friends. Solution. Let me start by rewriting the function or the question. It says find g of f of x. Written in this way, dear friends, what this simply means is we will go into the function g of x, which I'm about to rewrite right now. I will say g of x. G of x is x minus 1 all over x plus 1. We will go into the function g of x, and wherever we find x, we will replace this x by the function f of x, dear friends. It should be done in this order because g of f of x is not necessarily the same as f of g of x. So be careful to respect this order of things, dear friends. So we will proceed as follows. Everywhere in the function g of x where we find x, we will replace x by the function f of x. So let's get started. This means this is going to be equal to, or g of f of x will be equal to, now this is the function g of x. We have an x here, so instead of this x, we will write all of this function here, f of x. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, it's not difficult. It might look a little bit cumbersome because the function is bulky, but there's really nothing difficult there. Watch and see what I'm saying. So here, instead of x, we will write all of f of x. So we will have, I'll write it in right, we have x plus 1 all over x minus 1, okay? And then minus 1 here, all divided by, again, we have an x here. So if we have x, we replace by the function f of x, which is x plus 1 over x minus 1. And then the function g of x continues with a plus 1 here. There we go. All we have to do now is to simplify this big fraction, dear friends. No panic. Let's start with the numerator. Look at the numerator here, dear friends. I start with the numerator. Look at it. Usually, let me just rewrite it here so that you can easily see it, x minus 1 and then minus 1 here. Usually they will say find the LCM and all of that, but let me show you an easy trick to get this done in a twinkle of an eye. Look at this. We will multiply the denominator by the numerator of the next fraction. And then whatever we obtain, whatever product we obtain, we add it to the numerator of the first fraction. Because look at it here. If we have 2 on 3 and then maybe minus 1 here, the easiest way, according to what the trick I just gave you, 3 times minus 1 is minus 3, and then you divide everything by 3. So 3 times minus 1 minus 3 plus 2. And it boils down to this, okay? So this is the same rule I'm about to apply here. Watch. So x minus 1, all of this times minus 1 is going to still give me, or rather there's a negative here, so minus 1 into x minus 1, and then plus x plus 1 plus x plus 1. All of this divided by the denominator of the first fraction, x minus 1, right? So this is what all of this numerator here boils down to. I'm going to write it down up here. So I will have minus 1 into x minus 1 plus x plus 1 all over, up here we will have all over x minus 1. Now let's watch what the denominator boils down to. I'll add this to make the work greener. And then now we will have that down here we have x plus 1 all over x minus 1 and then plus 1. We apply the same technique here, dear friends. That is, all of this multiplies this and you add the product you get to this. So this is going to be equal to, we write down first of all, this which will serve like the common denominator here. So now, this times this is just itself. So we'll have x minus 1 times 1 and now plus x plus 1. So I'm going to transport this right here. So I'm going to have 1 into x minus 1 plus x plus 1 all over x minus 1. Now watch carefully, dear friends. I told you sometimes what looks so complicated turns out to look easier than what you can even imagine. Look at the magic here. This is the same as this. And by virtue of this division sign here, this is going to go right up here. Why? Because A all over B divided by C all over the same B, B cancels B here, dear friends. Experiment has shown this. But if you still have problems with this kind of things, private chat me and then we can get it solved very quickly. So this goes with this, and then we will be left with up here. Let me simplify the expression up here. Minus 1 times all of this inside here, we'll have minus x and then plus 1. Where is the plus from? Negative 1 times negative 1. Positive 1, dear friends. Be careful. And then now plus x plus 1. Plus x and then plus 1. All divided by, down here, what do we have? X, all of this times 1 is just itself. We will have x minus 1, x minus 1 plus x plus 1 plus x plus 1. See how the whole magic boils down. See this. Minus x plus x, because now we have to add like terms. It goes up. So we have 1 plus 1, which is 2, divided by x plus x, 2x, and then minus 1 plus 1. It disappears. And then we are left with just this. We can further simplify this. 2 here one time, 2 here one time. All of this boils down to 1 all over x. And this is the magic in it. At first glance, people will say, oh my god, this is so cumbersome, I can't do this. But bingo, this is how simple it is. Because tomorrow will certainly be better.